welcome to the Richfield Coliseum for Game 5 between the Chicago Bulls and the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are being introduced now before a capacity crowd here at the Coliseum of 20,000 plus.
Guard number 4, Ron Harper. At guard number 25, Mark Reese. And at center number 43, Red Doherty. Assistant coach McHale, Brian Winters.
The winner of this game will advance to the Eastern Conference semifinals and will begin against the New York Knickerbockers this coming week. The Milwaukee Bucks, one on the road, and will now face the defending conference champion, the Detroit Pistons, as the action heats up in the NBA playoffs. And hello again, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton, along with Hubie Brown. The pictures and the sounds tell it all of a deciding game. And Hubie Brown, let me ask you what it means to you to go into a decisive game in which one team goes home and the other goes on.
Well, a lot of pressure on the people because the coaches are emphasizing no easy baskets today. That means down the lane, you got to shot block everything and also force them to get on a foul line and make their foul shots.
Quickly, one key for each team.
Well, I think with Cleveland, they must get Harper out in the open floor so that Jordan will chase him and get a little fatigue. With Chicago, Hodges and Pippen, three-point range, so that the other people can work in the painted area.
Our third member of our team is James Brown. JB, let's go to you now.
All right, Dick, as far as injuries are concerned with both teams, not a factor at all. Chicago's trainer said the team is completely healthy. As far as Cleveland is concerned, Craig Elo with ankle and Mark Price with the groin injuries, both said they can play with the pain at this point, and they are as healthy as they've ever been in the playoffs. Let's go back over to Dick.
All right, JB, thank you very much. And here are the lineups. Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Bill Cartwright, Michael Jordan, and Craig Hodges for the Chicago Bulls. Larry Nance. John Williams starts his second game at forward. Brad Daugherty is the center. And Mark Price and Ron Harper in the backcourt. And we're underway. Cleveland has it. The officials working today, three highly experienced officials, Jack Madden, Jake O'Donnell, and Hugh Evans.
I look to go to Daugherty. They must get him going early in the ball game. Not only is he a premier scorer, but he's also their best passer.
John Williams. This is the first shot of the game, and Price keeps it alive. Continuing the trend of Game 4, Cleveland getting just about all the loose balls. Ron Harper.
We should be looking for Michael Jordan to be catching the basketball with many opportunities at the top of the circle.
Scottie Pippen going to the hoop and is fouled. This is the way the series has gone. Only 3 points separate the two clubs. Chicago has outscored Cleveland by 3, and a dramatic Game 4 overtime affair when Michael Jordan, after a sensational 50-point effort, missed a free throw that would have given Chicago a 3-point lead, and Daugherty made 2 key free throws down the stretch with 4 seconds to go in regulation. And Cleveland won in overtime. Doug Collins telling his man Pippen to settle down. Scottie Pippen has been the second leading scorer for the Bulls. His best game was the opener. He missed them both. Daugherty the rebound. Long pass to Nance, who got hot the last 2 games against the Chicago Bulls. An illegal defense called against the Bulls.
Well, they caught the Bulls that time in something looked like a matchup zone press that time. 3 guys were caught away from the ball.
So Hodges is guarding Price. Hodges has to watch out for foul trouble. The Bulls need his 3-point shooting, and he has gotten into foul trouble more often than not in this series. Harper has hit his first 2 shots. So Michael Jordan is the point guard. He's going to try to set up other people. But basically for the Bulls, it's been a one-man gang offensively.
They're playing 2 men now, Jordan and Cartwright.
Cartwright scores. And one thing Doug Collins said to get more points from other people was to get the ball into Bill Cartwright.
Well, in Game 1 in this building, Dick, in the 3rd quarter, when Chicago opened it up, Michael Jordan only scored 2 points in that entire 3rd quarter.
12 on the shot clock. Williams starting his second game. Mike Sanders had started every game prior to this one, prior to the last one. Nance with a second effort. So Cleveland with the second shot Chicago cannot allow the Cavaliers to get second shots today if they hope to win. Pippen with a good fake on Nance, but a wild shot.
Cleveland would like to have Pippen shoot as much as possible off the dribble. They feel he's a much better field goal percentage guy when he's standing still.
Here's Cartwright again with a familiar shot, and Bill Cartwright, getting off early, has scored the 4 Chicago points. Nance working against Pippen.
That's a tough cover right there.
Rebound by Grant, out ahead, an easy 2 points for Craig Hodges. But you're right, Hubie Brown, because one advantage that Lenny Wilkens feels he has is Nance against Scottie Pippen, and that's the big switch by putting Williams in there. Pippen has to guard Nance.
Well, he likes Nance as one of his prime-time scorers, but also because if you just in that last possession, Nance gets on the offensive board, and Pippen has done a poor job in the series in keeping this man out of it.
A turnover, an errant pass by Williams, and now Chicago with a 6-6 game and a foul called against the Cavaliers. It'll be their second, and the foul against Mark Price. Well, here's a guy who has been courageous here. He has had a groin injury, did not play in the first game of the series, and has not shot well until the last half of the last game, and then he started to get hot. He is the best and maybe only solid outside shooter the Cavaliers have. Cartwright goes flying, no foul, good defense inside by the Cavaliers. Tied at 6, 8:35 to go in the first period. Harper. Rebound Grant, knocked away by Price. Williams.
See, today we have 2 excellent defensive rebounding teams. Neither team is what you would refer to as an animalistic offensive board team, but yet in the early going, Cleveland is showing that type of intensity.
A year ago, the Bulls won in 5 in a similar series. It was exactly a year ago today. They won at Chicago Stadium, but Cleveland has the home court advantage this time. Cartwright draws the foul. So no question that Cartwright is a man with a mission early here for Chicago.
Well, this is going to be a Brahma bullfight for the entire 48 minutes. Gardy and Cartwright down inside. Both of them are wide bodies, and they do have that little jump hook either way, and a good drop step power moves to the basket.
Foul is on Ron Harper. Bill Cartwright has made a living in his career by going to the free throw line, averaging more than 10 free throws a game. Not so this season. He hasn't gotten the shot or the free throws as he has in the past.
Well, it's difficult to do if you only get 8 shot opportunities during the course of the year. He's accustomed to, when he was in New York for the 6 or 7 years, of getting that 15 or 16 shot opportunities.
And the coach got him the ball. The coach is my partner.
No, that's Red Holzman doing a very good job.
Pass is deflected. Cavaliers having a lot of trouble getting that entry pass in, and Grant follows Jordan. And the Chicago Bulls lead by 2.
That's what makes Michael so sensational a player. You know you have to guard him off the dribble, but his vision and the unselfishness of getting the other people easy layup.
Mark Price takes a 3 and misses. It's tipped up and in by Doherty on the second try.
I'm very impressed with that front line today. Nance, Doherty, and Williams. You're talking about a lot of size on the offensive board.
And Chicago can't match up with it, frankly. They may have to bring Sellers in and switch Pippen to a guard position if it gets too tough for him.
Wait a second. What do you got? A crystal ball here?
Horace Grant misses in the rebound by Williams. Nearly 5 minutes gone by. Ron Harper, who's hot early, misses. Here's Williams, and he's fouled. The story for Cleveland has been second shots and making the most of them, and a timeout is called. Start against Seattle in Game 1 of their West semifinal series, and Milwaukee, without Terry Cummings, stopped the Atlanta Hawks in the Omni, 96-92, and will move on to play Detroit. Horace Grant committed the foul, and John Hot Rod Williams makes good on the free throw. So far, Cleveland has scored 8 of their 11 points on second shots. So Chicago's got to do a better job of defensive rebounding. And the score now is 12-10 in favor of the Cavaliers, but Chicago hanging in there and not letting Cleveland get ahead by much.
It's interesting in the early going that Michael Jordan has not handled the ball coming up the floor that much.
Here's a three-point attempt that's good by Scottie Pippen. Remember, in Game 1, when the Bulls won here in Cleveland, Pippen was 4 for 4 from three-point range.
Well, Pippen and Hodges 7 for 9 in that ball game, and that allows Jordan and Cartwright and Grant to operate in the paint.
Talk about operating. What about the open court? Harper, you give him an inch, and he'll take it to you. Cleveland by 1. Jordan with his first shot of the game, and a driving layup.
Do you think that he got upset that Harper drove by him at the other end?
You know, that's been a terrific open court matchup. And Mark Price drives and scores. So both Cleveland guards have scored on layups. Pippen comes back, blocked out of bounds by John Williams.
If this is your first opportunity to see Cleveland, they are second in the league only to Golden State in shot blocking, and they've held up. They're averaging over 7 shot blocks a game in this playoff.
And it's mostly Manu Bol. Cleveland has a variety of shot blocking. Loop it in to Cartwright. Doherty defending. And here comes Price with a 1-point lead for Cleveland. Nance guarded by Cartwright now on the switch. The rebound is by Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan has taken one shot, a driving layup, and has scored. Chicago trailing by 1 point. Each team has won one game on the road, and Cartwright bobbled a bounce pass into the post. Another turnover. Coming around the screen by Doherty. Hodges catching up to Price. In low to Doherty. There's that hook. Pippen with another nice rebound. That's 2 in a row by Scottie. 5:15 remaining first period. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown here at sold-out Coliseum in Richfield. Grant. This is the turnaround, and a loose ball foul called against the Cavaliers.
Watch on this jump hook by Doherty. Pippen coming into the screen here on the right-hand side. What you like about Scottie is the fact that he's 6'8", mobile. Now, not only will he rebound, but he'll initiate the fast break coming out of there with a strong dribble.
Brad Doherty with his first foul, and the Cavaliers have 4. One more, and they're over the limit. Chicago has committed just 1 team foul in this period. Cartwright. Pippen has a good screen from the corner, and Scottie Pippen now with 5 points. And the Bulls lead by 2.
Excellent two-man game that time by Pippen, passing into the post and fading. Nice return pass by Cartwright.
And a foul away from the ball. And it will be on Craig Hodges, his first personal foul, and the second team foul against the Bulls.
You'll see as Price goes to try to cut, you had a bump by Hodges. He's not going to let Price get down into that low box area so that he'll initiate a screen.
They corrected the score. It is 17-16, not 18-16 as we report. Price tries to tie it up, and he does.
That's the first time that Price has come off of a pick and had a chance to set his feet.
Grant beat his man down court, but he couldn't connect on the layup. So Chicago misses a great opportunity, and the Cavaliers with Harper will set up the play, leading by 1. 4:10 to go, and now Sellers gets off the bench. Brad Sellers will come in the game for the Bulls.
Nice.
Nance from Doherty. Backdoor.
What I like so far is, if I'm coaching Cleveland, is their transition defense is excellent, and I like the intensity level shown by the Chicago Bulls and also their space.
Michael Jordan drives in and gets fouled. Jordan really has not been a factor in the Chicago offense thus far. Perhaps more of a defensive man.
Now, almost impossible to handle. Not only because of the dribbling ability, but once he elevates the extension and how he can change from hand to hand and get the shot up.
Greg Elo has reported to the game, and John Williams goes out. Larry Nance picked up his second personal foul, and here's Jordan on the line. Isn't it amazing, Hubie, how this guy scores 50 points and doesn't make every free throw, and people are saying, too bad Michael Jordan couldn't make the free throw to put it away. They would not have been in the position to even lose the game if it weren't for Michael. 1 of 2. Elo has checked in, as you saw. So there are 3 guards in there. Elo playing a forward spot. He could also be a guard. Doherty goes around Cartwright, and an offensive foul has been called against Brad Doherty, and that'll be his second person.
Well, Doherty feels the frustration. Let's watch and see if he hooks him with his left arm now. Watch, there he goes. Watch, there it is, right there with the hook. Excellent call by UB Evans.
Meanwhile, Larry Nance goes out. He has 2 fouls. Doherty stays in with his 2. Brad Sellers has come into the ball game for the Chicago Bulls. So up front, it's Sellers, Cartwright, and Pippen. Jordan has it knocked away by Harper. Elo's been playing with a sprained ankle, sidelined him for game 3. But hits the jumper in the lane, and the Cavaliers lead by 4.
Lenny Wilkins loves Elo's defense, and even though he came in as a forward, he's playing Michael Jordan, and they moved Harper from a guard position up front to play Scottie Pippen defensively.
Jordan goes up and scores. A beautiful play by Michael. He makes it look easy.
How about the challenging of every shot so far in the painted area at both ends?
Price ducks in against Hodges. Lost the ball to Cartwright. Here's a 3-on-2 situation for Chicago. Jordan. And an offensive foul called Jordan as he ran into Harper. Cleveland got back terrific, beautifully defensively.
Well, that was a tough catch in traffic for Michael to get the shot off or pass.
An impressive performance by the Phoenix Suns. Tom Chambers with 25 and rookie Dan Marley with 22 as the Suns shocked Golden State. The Lakers playing Seattle. And the update on that score from the Forum is much closer than the early going. The Lakers are up by 5 after 1 period of play. So we start the second period. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown, Sam Vincent and Scottie Pippen in the backcourt, Sellers, Grant, and Corzine up front. Michael Jordan remains on the bench, but he leads Chicago with 7. He has 2 personal fouls. Sellers picked up quickly by Mike Sanders, who's checked in the game. Pippen with 4 seconds on the shot clock. It's a wild shot. Cleveland now in the hands of Price. That's the man they want to handle the ball.
Excellent block that time by Elo.
Price for 3. He's got it. Mark Price.
You cannot fall asleep on Price, no matter where he is. One of the best in the history of basketball from 3-point range.
And that's saying a mouthful for a guy who's only in the infancy of his career. Corzine, the veteran, shooting outside and missing. Price the rebound, and they lose it out of bounds as Elo and Price collided. But notice that the Bulls aren't even coming close to getting second shots in this game.
See, when this unit's on the floor, Dick, they've been struggling the last 3 times down. Whatever they're running, they are not freeing the initial guy in order to get, penetration off the dribble. I just don't like what I see so far.
Well, all Doug Collins wants is to plug the dike. With this unit, Grant comes in strong against Sanders, and that's the way of doing it. And it's 31-26. 5-point game. Rollins at center. Doherty starts off the second quarter on the bench. Elo coming off a screen. The rebound by Corzine. Opening minutes of the second period. Year ago, the Bulls won 3 games to 2. But they didn't have the home court advantage, which the Cavaliers have here. Cavs swept the Bulls 6-0 in the regular season. The series has been a far cry. Corzine. And it's going to be Chicago's ball and a new clock. The second chance points, Cleveland, 10 of their 31 points, most of them early, as Michael Jordan will return to the game. He's coming back with 2 personal fouls. And Ron Harper, his shadow, also checks in a hand for Craig Elo as he leaves. Harper's their man on Jordan. Pippen getting a rest right now. Jordan scooping his way in with a basket and 9 points for Michael Jordan. He has averaged nearly 39 in the 4 games against the Cavaliers. Vincent has the tough assignment of guarding Mark Price. And he is down for Price. Inside Williams against Grant. Corzine, the veteran, has done a good job in blocking out and getting the ball off the defensive glass. Here's the pass to Sellers. Short jumper, and he hits it.
Any time that the Chicago Bulls rebound and make that first outlet, they have been able to get numbers at the other end of the floor. I'm just surprised with this unit that's on the floor right now that they're not trying to push every single first pass out of there.
The Bulls have run off 6 in a row to cut the lead to 1. Price off the screen and a runner. Gets his own rebound. What a scrappy battler he is, but that shot is blocked away. Michael Jordan, Harper defending.
Oh, yes.
Sellers walks.
I want to tell you, that was a great pass. But Sellers was not looking for the pass, and it turns into a turnover.
He was admiring him like we were. With Harper and Price at guard, Sanders, Doherty back in there, and Nance. Nance is playing with 2 fouls, and so is Brad Doherty. So that's a situation to watch. Sanders coming off the screen, puts a fake on Grant and throws the ball away.
You know what? That was sad because Michael Jordan was in on the post in a mismatch trying to play Nance, and the ball never went to Nance immediately.
And Nance has scored 20 and 27 the last 2 games. Jordan gets Harper to fall down and misses the jump shot. Gambled for the loose ball. A 2-on-1 fast break and Mark Price. So you gamble and you give up the 2-on-1 at the other end.
You cannot try to anticipate a cutoff in the backcourt. You have got to get that one all out, because when Harper and Price are on the break, you are really vulnerable.
They have Sanders guarding Sellers and giving up a lot of inches. Sellers, though, is an outside shooter, not an inside player, and Cartwright is fouled going to the hoop, and he'll go to the line. But Bill Cartwright, who scored 6 points in the first quarter, Sanders commits the foul, and Mark Price goes out. That's Darnell Valentine with 11. Darnell Valentine, the backup 8-year veteran point guard in his stead. Harper goes right around Grant, and a kicking foul is called against Bill Cartwright. That'll be his first.
Well, that was not an intentional kick. You'll see as Harper blows right by here on the baseline, you'll see him make the move, and he catches the foot right there with Cartwright into a trip.
That was the first team foul, and now they've changed it to Horace Grant, so it's 2 fouls on Grant. Cartwright still without a personal foul, and Sanders will inbound. Jordan trying for the steal. Cleveland has out-rebounded Chicago by a 2-to-1 ratio. Coming in, the Bulls have the edge off the boards in the first 4 games. Vincent is guarding Valentine, an easier assignment for Sam than Mark Price for sure. Harper. He's got it. Harper with 10 points. Second player to go into double figures. The backcourt has scored 21 of the 35 points for Cleveland.
The strong suit of Doherty. When he gets double team, he finds the free man quickly.
Darnell Valentine gambling for the steal against Horace Grant. Any points they get from Grant are bonuses because they expect the points from Cartwright, Jordan, and Pippen.
Grant has taken a shot right to the left wrist, and he's really in quite a bit of pain.
They'll call the Chicago foul. It's a 2-shot. It's a 2-shot foul against Sellers, is it? Sellers commits his first.
They're taking Grant out of the ball game right now and replacing with Scottie Pippen.
He is holding his wrist, and we'll check on that. The trainer has marked foul. That was a 1-shot foul on Sellers. In the crowd, Harper gets the layup even though he didn't have full control.
See, that's what you like to see at playoff time. As soon as there's a mismatch, that time Vincent was on Harper down and low. You must take advantage because you do not get that many easy opportunities.
Vincent is fouled by Darnell Valentine. Second team foul against the Cavaliers, and Cleveland will call it. Price and Elo have 3-point hoops for Cleveland. Overplaying, Pippen knocks the ball away from Nance. And Chicago, slow to be aggressive, to say the least. And finally, Cartwright has it.
See, this group is excellent.
Pippen is fouled and will shoot 2.
Now just keep a good eye on Cleveland defensively. You'll see the pass, and here goes Harper challenging the 3-point shooter. But they know that Hodges and also Pippen, they're trying to cut down on the many 3-point opportunities.
Scottie Pippen, who is shooting under 70% from the line, misses the free throw. He's 0 for 3 in this game. The foul, by the way, was on Ron Harper. Team fouls. Cleveland has 3, Chicago 2. There's Mark Price back in the game talking with Lenny Wilkins, who will be inducted into the Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts, the day after tomorrow. Pippen connects on one. It's 42-37. The lead is 5 for Cleveland. That's how much time remains in the first half. Cavaliers led by 4 after 1 period. Cleveland getting their points from the guard position. A block by Cartwright. Fine play. A 3-on-1 break. Hodges back to Jordan. And Jordan misses a slam out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland's ball. So I think what Michael Jordan, with all his greatness, has to do is still play in control for him.
Well, this was an excellent pass back. You just don't see Michael. How many times during the course of the season you ever see him miss a power dunk? But I'm impressed with Chicago getting out on the break. They have had some excellent opportunities.
Michael Jordan, meanwhile, has missed his last 4 shots. He is not having a good shooting game thus far. Good roll by Nance. Laid it in softly off the high glass. 7-point Cleveland lead. Michael Jordan has scored 9 points, but has been cold from the field, basically. Cartwright, guarded by Doherty, who has 2 fouls. Cartwright with a familiar fall-away swing shot.
Billy's playing real big today, Dick.
12 points.
And every time they hit him down inside, if you notice on the release of the shot, he's getting banged a little bit, but the shots are true.
Looking inside for Doherty. Behind the back fancy pass by Harper. Doherty inside is foul. That's the 3rd team foul against Chicago.
See, we have 2 players down in that low post area that have excellent drop step power moves. Very difficult to defend.
Elo and Price up front. Doherty.
This is their 2-man game. It's Doherty and Price all the way.
Doherty is fouled before the shot. And that'll be the 14th foul against the Chicago Bulls. And it's the 3rd against Cartwright, so he has picked up 3 quick ones and has to come out of the game for Dave Corzine. A tough blow for the Bulls because Cartwright, with 12 points, is the leading scorer for Chicago, and while Jordan is cold from the field, offensively has kept Chicago in the game. We're at Richfield Coliseum. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown. There's the lob pass from Doherty to Nance, who's pushed. And the penalty situation is in effect. A fine pass by Brad Doherty, and Nance will shoot 2.
In this quarter, you must be impressed with how easy Cleveland are finding the people on either backdoor moves in the painted area or any time that Chicago does. 3 guys cutting.
Horace Grant called for the foul, his 3rd. So Grant and Cartwright, each with 3 fouls. Grant will stay in the game, but Sellers now gets off the bench. Nance makes good on the free throw. The Cavaliers have struggled in a big way from the free throw line in this series, but not so today, where they are a perfect 5 for 5 from the line. Grant out of the ball game. He has scored 6 points and has been a tremendous rebounder for the Bulls in this series. Nance can make only 1, and Sellers, who replaced Grant, has the rebound. 45 for 39 Cleveland. We're getting close to the 3-minute mark of this first half. Jordan off the screen, finds an opening. See you later. A left-handed layup. 11 now for Michael Jordan. Under 3 minutes to go, and it's a 4-point lead. And when you consider Jordan has 11 points, Chicago very much in the game. Foul trouble, though, could be a dilemma for them. Inside out, Doherty to Harper. Rebound, Pippen. Hodges loses the ball. Jordan saves it beautifully. Pippen goes for 3. Jordan, right place at the right time. And a foul called against the Cleveland Cavaliers, a loose ball foul, their 4th team foul.
As Hodges goes to make it, watch Michael Jordan on the baseline side and have the presence to throw the ball out to the free player.
Meanwhile, Brad Doherty has picked up his 3rd personal foul, and Tree Rollins will come in. Collins has played well as a shot blocker, holding the fort, but Doherty goes out having scored only 2 points. He has not been a prolific scorer in this series, scoring 7 points under his season's average, and Doherty on the bench now. We'll call Elo with the foul, and the penalty situation is in effect, and Jordan will go to the line to shoot 2, and will try to cut the Bulls' deficit to a bucket.
Craig Elo tried to deny Michael Jordan from posting up that time, but Jordan is so smart that the left arm, he just shielded Elo off, and they had a little collision that time.
I don't think there's any question now as we watch these playoffs that there's no greater individual performer in the league than Michael Jordan. He missed the free throw with 2:18 remaining. Chicago is having its problems from the strike this afternoon. They have connected on only 6 of 11. That's not good.
No, and they are a 78% foul shooting team in this playoff and during the course of the regular season. Michael Jordan averaging over 13 foul shot attempts in the 4 previous games.
Jordan and Cartwright each with 12 lead the Bulls, and Harper with 12, the top point man for the Cavaliers. Jordan almost asking Elo to take the 3, who didn't do it. Passed it up. Now he might. He does. And the rebound again by Pippen, and Price took it away, and they're going to call a foul against Scottie Pippen. But Mark Price, who is playing with a groin injury that's hurting him, hustling out of his mind in this game.
Well, it's the old story of when you rebound a ball, do not bring the ball down below your number, because now you're letting the guards to get in there and possibly cause a turnover or to put a free ball out on the floor.
So here's Price, a 90% free throw shooter. Scottie Pippen with his second personal foul. Both teams are now in the penalty with 1:54 remaining in the first half. The Cavaliers have not been able to break away from the Chicago Bulls in this first half. And the longer Chicago can hang in the game with Michael Jordan, the presence, the more confident they could become in the fourth quarter. This is the 5th and deciding game of round number 1. Winner will play the Knicks. The loser is done for the year.
Excellent defensive rotation.
4 on the shot clock. Scottie Pippen, a wild 3. Jordan outfights Price for the rebound and a new clock. Jordan scored 50 points in game 4, 44 in the previous game, but his outside shot is not there in this first half.
That pick and roll is open now. Every time that they run it, they can get the open jump shot or the roll man.
Double Nance. Open as Williams, goes strong to the hoop and is fouled. They have been sellers on the personal, but an alert move. Under a minute to go. 48-42 Cleveland. First half. Hodges. Short. Tell you, Mark Price is not giving him an inch.
No, he isn't. And every time Hodges takes a shot, Price is right up there contesting.
Biggest lead for the Cavaliers, 6 points. They were in a position to stretch it to 8, and Scottie Pippen on a high flyer over Nance cuts it instead to 4. This game has had an ebb and flow like we haven't seen so far in the first 4 games of the series.
Well, if I'm Doug Collins, I know, listen, Michael is not on a rampage today. We're only 4 down. We only got 30 seconds to go right now, and our transition game is outstanding.
Cartwright on the bench with 3 fouls. So is Horace Grant. You'll need both of them before this is over. Elo misses a 3. Jordan with 15 seconds to go, and the Bulls playing for the last shot of a tremendously exciting and well-played first half of Game 5.
It's a tough cover for Price. They have to double team.
Jordan goes in and draws the foul, and there's almost no way you could avoid fouling him the way he got around Price. Tree Rollins committing the foul, and Jordan will go to the line to shoot 2. There's Charles Davis, who is coming in for defensive purposes. He's been a scrapper off the bench in the latter stages of the season. Jordan is 2 for 4 from the line in this game.
Well, Michael's an 85% foul shooter in the playoffs, 85% foul shooter during the course of the year.
They have Price, Harper, and Elo, 3-point shooters. Jordan makes it. 3 seconds to go. Williams tosses in. Price. And they can't get it off. So the Chicago defense deserves some credit. They limited Cleveland to only 1 basket in the last 5.5 minutes. And that's the end of the first half with the score. The Cavaliers 48, the Bulls 46. Hodges and Jordan at guard. Up front, it's Grant, Cartwright, and Pippen. And Grant throws it away. Again, Cavaliers just shutting down the inside. Chicago shot 44%, Cleveland an even 50%. John Williams open for the shot and hits it. Leading scorers, Mark Price with 13 for Cleveland, and Jordan has 14 for Chicago. Grant inside working against John Williams. Short on the hook shot. Here's Nance. 2 good defensive sequences by the Cavaliers. That shooting was 44%, by the way, for Chicago. Doherty and Cartwright see if anyone gets 4. And the basket will not count. 52 to 48. 2 minutes elapsed in the third quarter. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown along with James Brown. Richfield Coliseum. The winner will face the New York Knicks in the Eastern semifinals. The loser is done. Hodges throws the ball away into the hands of Williams.
Interesting, Chicago's had 2 turnovers trying to feed the post.
And stepping on the line out of bounds, and Chicago's fortunate because of the turnovers the other way.
Now watching this picture, how Michael Jordan will use Cartwright one way, come back the other, and Cartwright a little bit of a moving pick on Harper that time.
Jake O'Donnell had signaled that one of the Cavaliers stepped on the line. It was Chicago ball. Cavs didn't think so, and then he gave the signal again, and that's why you heard the crowd reaction. Let's see if the Bulls can improve upon their entry passes inside. The Cavaliers have just shut them off tight. Hodges from the corner rims a 3. Cartwright gets the rebound, and he's called for too many steps traveling. It was a good offensive rebound by Bill, though.
That's the first time we've seen Hodges wide open all game today, where he had an uncontested 3-point shot.
Credit Mark Price. He's the blanket on him. Cleveland had a big rebounding edge in the first period, and Chicago turned it around in the second. And on the shot clock. Wild pass knocked away by Hodges, and Price might have hooked Hodges. They didn't call it. I thought Price had fouled Hodges a little bit.
24-second clock.
So in any event, it's Chicago ball.
This is the playoffs, and here we have 2 great team players right here, guys that lay it out the entire time they're on the floor. And the reason why that was a 24-second possession is that no team, Chicago never regained possession of that basketball.
Little more than 3 minutes going by in the third quarter. 52 to 48. The Cavaliers by 4. Their biggest lead was 8 points. Michael Jordan hits one, a 3-point basket by Jordan. The second 3-point hoop of the game by the Bulls. He has 19 points, and the Cavaliers lead is cut to a single digit. Hodges on Price. Doherty against Cartwright. Spins inside and a foul. It might have been Jordan. Jordan, not to be denied, goes in and is fouled. Cleveland doesn't like that call, but you can see this is the first time today Jordan said, I'm not going to be denied on this foray.
Well, see, any time that he takes the ball from the opposite foul line and comes up in the middle of the floor here, Harper's trying to bump him, a little hand checking and another bump, but it's just impossible to guard him. And then once when he breaks the foul line, the extension is beautiful.
Foul was on Williams, his first. Team foul. 1 against the Cavs, 2 for Chicago. Jordan going for his 21st point. His worst scoring game of the series was in game 2 when he scored 30. That's his worst game. Right now, he has been the big man for the Bulls. He has scored all of the 7 Chicago points this period. Pippen might have gotten a piece of Nance inside.
See, we've just played 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and the interesting thing is that they have not gone to Nance before this. Now, this is the same matchup that we had at the beginning of the game that Nance was taking advantage of, that they were looking for early.
He has scored only 9 points, and so that's a puzzle. Meanwhile, Pippen with his 3rd foul. So the front line of the Chicago Bulls hampered with foul trouble. On the switch, Corzine has Price. One fires a 3 and hits it.
And let me tell you something. That was a big-time 3. Dribbling to his left, going away from the basket, stopping on a dime and hitting a 3.
His second 3-point basket of the game. He's got 16, and Jordan lays it in. Jordan has 23. I don't know who's the greatest player. I guess Jordan is in this series without doubt, but Price will have to be the most courageous considering that groin injury and the way he's performed on it.
Is there anybody that has a better hesitation level than Michael Jordan?
Cavaliers tried a looping pass, turned it over. Here it is, Jordan again.
See that little hesitation move, and he gets the defensive man to just relax, and then it's the explosion.
And Williams didn't want any part of trying to get another foul. 57-55, tipped by Harper. Great defensive play by Harper. Gets the ball back from Doherty. 3-on-1 break, and Sellers with a good foul. 7-footer in front of him. 5 on the shot clock. Price goes for the 3 and hits it. Why are they letting Price that room to hit the 3?
Well, you had a mismatch that time. Dickey had a forward picking him up, and he did not want to get beaten off the dribble.
3 3-point baskets by Mark Price. He has the shooting eye back for sure. Jordan battling Doherty out of bounds, and it's still Chicago ball. Good hustle by Michael against the taller Doherty. 2 former teammates at Chapel Hill in North Carolina. But there's 2 players Doug Collins would long to have out there now, Cartwright and Grant.
A lot of firepower. Your inside power game is sitting down.
The lead is 4 for Cleveland. Chicago comes close. Price hit the 3. Jordan wide open. Off the screen, and Michael Jordan with 27 in the game all of a sudden. Keep in mind, if the Bulls can stay close going into the 4th quarter, they always have a chance to win with Jordan, and the Cavaliers really hanging tough, have the edge in this game. Williams with a wild shot, a rare bad shot for the Cavs. Nance drawing the foul, gets the basket to boot. We're talking Nance. Pippen inside, a Hodges. Feeds Sellers, blocked by Nance.
Shot blocking threat is always there, and it's just more than one guy.
Harper coming around a screen, winding his way in. Banks it in. Timeout will be called by Doug Collins, and the crowd erupts. Cleveland, the Cavaliers have opened up a 7-point lead. Jordan the rebound on Nance's miss. Nance has scored 14, but Price with 21 leads. Question is, when is the decision time for Doug Collins to go back to Grant and Cartwright, who are on the bench with 4 fouls, while the bench has given up a lead to the Cavaliers? Corzine hits the shot, and that's a bonus.
Well, he's trying to buy time to the beginning of the 4th quarter, even down into the 10-minute mark. But, you know, you watch this very closely. You cannot let the lead get to 10 or more.
3 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Doherty. Only the 6th point for Brad Doherty. 2nd field goal for Brad.
Well, you must contest the power people when they're down inside there. You've got to challenge the shot.
Corzine setting a screen. Jordan goes right around Doherty. Too hard on the reverse layup. Here's Mark Price. They can open up a 9-point lead with a basket here, or 10. Doherty setting screens. 10 on the shot clock. Hodges playing Price tight, and the ball is thrown. Doherty wasn't looking for the pass inside, and it bounced off his head. Meanwhile, Charles Davis replaces Scottie Pippen, who goes out with 8 points and 3 personal fouls.
You'll see Doherty down in here and Corzine backing around. Now, see, here comes the pass right now. But it goes back to what we told you earlier. You do not throw the ball to a post guy until he calls for the basketball.
2.5 to go in the 3rd. Jordan leaves it for Hodges. His 2nd 3-point basket of this quarter for Craig Hodges cuts the lead to 4.
Could not have come at a better time.
So Corzine and Hodges have hit perimeter shots last 2 times now. Price goes right by Corzine. Nance, the offensive rebound, swatted away by Sellers.
Close, but that was on the way up, Dick.
Wayne Embry, the Cleveland general manager, looks calm, but inside you've got to know he's churning. Cavaliers looking to get beyond the first round for the first time under this regime of Embry and Wilkins. Price. Elo almost had that rebound. It bounced away. Less than 2 minutes to go in the third. Jordan loses the ball out of bounds. Is he trying to do too much?
Yeah, a little bit too much right now, but that was excellent defense by Larry Nance. He was able to get a piece of it on that crossover.
You'd rather have a guy try to do too much if his name is Jordan, the way he plays. 1:40 remaining in the third. Harper with a pick and roll, throws the ball away. Nance is claiming he was pushed by Corzine, gets no satisfaction from Jack Madden.
Well, he was held that time, and you could see it. He was grabbed right around the waist, so there was no way that he could move on that back door.
That's the 7th Cleveland turnover this period. That's a lot for a well-drilled team defensively, offensively like the Cavs. Jordan, Corzine fighting for the offensive boards, and good hustle by Corzine.
You'll see, look at the jockeying going on right now between Sellers and Nance. You see, now they're both complaining, but you could see Sellers' right hand.
But Nance had him first, and it was like a draw.
Well, isn't it a little bit like the NFL when you're going out for a fly pattern?
You know this stuff.
That's right.
John Williams is in for Nance, who goes out with 14.
Well, Nance a little frustrated.
And Sam Vincent will give Michael Jordan a rest. So let's look at the score, 71-67, as Jordan goes to the bench. This is a thrilling game. Deciding game. Corzine misses.
Bad shot opportunity.
Harper. Elo back to Doherty. Good pass by Elo that time.
Chicago never recovered from the unorthodox shot at the one end, and they were slow in their transition.
They were out of balance on the court. 49 seconds to go in the period, and Craig Hodges. That is a 2-point basket for Hodges, but he has scored 8 of his 10 points here in the third. 73-69, the Cavaliers. They led by 4 after 1 quarter, 2 at the half. Pick and roll. Price nearly lost it. There's Elo, and they'll call the foul against Sellers, I believe, of the Bulls.
In this sequence, you'll see a great pass to Doherty coming right down the middle from Elo. What they call that give-and-go basketball.
Brad Doherty gets a big hand. The crowd had been on him a little bit. Some letters to the newspapers here. He's only 23 years old and is going to be one of the best centers in the league. Pretty close with 8 points and 8 rebounds, a game high. Elo, however, misses the free throw. He did make the free throw. Tree Rollins comes in for Doherty. And Price goes out. Elo makes them both. 2 free throws for Craig. It's 75-69. He's been playing despite a sprained ankle that kept him out of the third game of the series. There's the time remaining. 19 on the shot clock. Differential of 4 seconds. Now 8 on the shot clock. Hodges coming around a screen to get his own rebound and will fire up a 3. In and out. Williams the rebound with 3 seconds to go. And Elo can't get it off in time. So Cleveland increases their lead in the third quarter. Up front, in fact, and Elo. Cartwright and Grant are both in there for the Chicago Bulls. Elo wide open. Big shot to start the fourth.
Big pass by Valentine.
An 8-point lead now. But keep in mind that both Horace Grant and Bill Cartwright, who are playing with 4 personal fouls, are starting. So Doug Collins didn't want to buy any more time. 4 personals on each of the 2 big men for Chicago. Matching the biggest lead of the game right now for Cleveland. Jordan is bottled up and is fouled. It'll be on Rollins.
Anytime that Jordan comes off of that pick and roll inside of 15 feet, they are automatically trapping him and making it extremely difficult. That time he had 3 guys on him, and he could not find the free people.
Scottie Pippen is back in the lineup as well. He has hit only 3 of 11, and the Bulls are going to need some offense from him in the 4th quarter. But they're going to close in on the Cavaliers. There's Hodges. Saved a pass over his head. 8 on the shot clock. Jordan against Elo. Elo hanging in there with him. Tipped up and in by Grant. It was off the mark. Elo had done a remarkable defensive job, but Grant was Johnny on the spot. Here's Elo at the other end. That's a 2-point basket by Craig.
2 drives to the baskets by the Cavaliers. Chicago played him perfectly, and the player found the free guy for the basket.
Jordan going around Elo, going around everyone, runs into Williams. And they're going to call the foul on John Williams. That'll be the 2nd team foul on Cleveland.
On this release by Michael, there was no chance that he was behind the ball.
Blocks the shot from behind. A wild play by Elo. Pippen, good defense. 3-on-1, 2 breaks. Pippen goes in and is fouled by Darnell Valentine. So Lenny Wilkins still has maybe another gray hair in his head because the Chicago Bulls have come back. Cartwright and Grant. Again, we can't emphasize enough the fact that they're playing with 4 personal fouls.
Well, they're trying to go to Nance on Pippen.
They double team him on the carry, and there is Elo with a 3. Craig Elo, who led Cleveland in a losing cause with 19 in the first game, has hit his 2nd 3-point basket.
See, they had to double team that time, and by doing so, that opened up the ball movement.
Michael Jordan comes back with 2 with under 9 minutes to play. Elo with 16, Harper 16. Price has 21. Nance with 14. They've got hot the last 2 games. Knocked away by Hodges. Price kicks it away. Recovers it. Cleveland is hustling well as they have throughout all 5 games. They're going to call Pippen with the foul.
Bad foul. You know, you're out there, there's only 2 seconds on the shot clock. As a defensive player, you know that you cannot see the clock, but all you have to do is keep the man outside the top of the circle.
And maybe you can if you look at the other end to see the 24-second clock.
Very difficult to do, old-timer.
They haven't always been. They've gotten a little spoiled with the way they have slacked off. They won 57 games, and this is a great franchise, but this is a crucial possession here. Nearly halfway through this 4th period, Harper from the corner. And the rebound by Pippen, and he's fouled by Nance, a loose ball foul against Cleveland. Do you see some of the air coming out of Cleveland's balloon in the last couple of minutes?
Yeah, but Dick, what's happening gives Chicago, you know, primetime stars here for their defensive rotations. They are forcing Cleveland into bad shot opportunities, and then previous to this play, they've been able to get the ball out and make it happen in the open floor.
Pippen has struggled from the free throw line, only 2 for 6. This is the first free throw, but the Bulls have run off 10 in a row since Cleveland led by 6. Now on the foul story, the Cavaliers are already over the limit, and the Bulls have committed only 1 team foul. 87-82, Chicago by 5. Their biggest lead. They haven't seen the lead since midway of the first quarter. Mark Price trying to bring his team back is fouled by Hodges, and he'll shoot a pair.
Well, this is the first real good opportunity that Price has had since he came back into the ball game in this 4th quarter.
Come back and shown today, and in fact in game 4, why he is the player that Lenny Wilkins can least do without. The lead is 3. There's the time remaining in the 4th quarter. Michael Jordan has scored 35 in the game, had 14 at the half. 9 on the shot clock. Pippen. Harper doesn't go for the fake. Nance, good position on the rebound. Harper runs the floor. Foul. Basket good. And you know this is where the Cavaliers are toughest to be, when Harper gets out on the open floor and they get him.
Now just watch Harper out in that right lane. He's just a blur. He blew right by the table here, really on the move. And Hodges, the old story, never let a guy get an uncontested layup at this time of the game.
Missed the free throw, Pippen the rebound. So the Bulls still lead by a point.
Foul shot opportunity. Chicago has missed 8, Cleveland 3.
That's a turnaround because Cleveland had struggled from the line in a big way in the first 4 games. They couldn't get it to Cartwright. The ball thrown away and a critical turnover. So the Bulls, with Cleveland pesky as they are, allowing Cleveland to get a second wind here with nearly 5 minutes remaining in the 4th. And the visiting team win game 5 again. Price. And the rebound by Pippen. Earlier it was Milwaukee over Atlanta. Here's Grant going against Price. An offensive foul. And more important, that's number 5 on Horace Grant. One more and he's gone.
See, that was a tough catch for Grant because as he caught the ball and turned, Mark Price made his defensive commitment. You know, if you're a perfectionist, you'd say, well, Grant should have been looking to pass the ball to the other side because they had a 2-on-1.
Nance guarded by Grant, who has 5.
Catch as Grant goes for the fake, see, and he steps. All he had to do when he made that catch and turn, if he saw the daylight, that pass should have gone to the right, and they would have had the layup, because in the NBA, you do not get that charge away from the ball.
Here's Michael with 35.
Now, you know, we cannot emphasize this enough. The Chicago Bulls are an excellent foul shooting team, 78% club, and they have already missed 9 today.
One out of 2 for Jordan. Tied at 88 with 4:12 to go. The Bulls still have 1 foul to give. Harper, good perimeter passing. Jordan gets the rebound, bumped by Doherty, and a timeout called by Chicago, and a smart one, as Jordan was sandwiched.
They want a 20-second timeout, Dick.
The Bulls have 1 foul to give. It's Pippen, Grant, Jordan, Hodges, and Cartwright for Chicago. Elo, Harper, Price, Nance, Doherty for the Cavaliers. Jordan with 36. Leads Chicago. 23 for Price. Jordan now with 38, and that breaks the tie. Everything's critical from here on in. Everything.
There comes Cartwright on that double team. Now Cleveland will rotate the ball. The other side of the ball is wide open.
Nance traveled, and you know, when you have 2 big people hovering over Nance and Cartwright, 7-1 made it tough for him to see that.
Well, it's interesting that they're using Cartwright, and the reason for that being that Doherty is standing at the top of the circle.
Jordan puts up his index finger. Play number 1. Goes through everyone and misses the layup. Doherty the rebound. Harper. And it'll be a 2-shot foul as Hodges thought he was on the ball, but Jack Madden was right there.
So there, little diagonal.
21 for Price, 23 for Price, 21 for Harper. He makes them both. And we have another tie at 90.
From now to the end, it'll be interesting to see if they release Harper every time a shot goes up by the Chicago Bulls.
And if Chicago can get back and stay with him. Jordan down the middle, lays it in the basket, good, and a foul. So Michael Jordan breaks the tie and can give the Bulls a 3-point lead with 2:48 on the clock.
Just watch how Michael Jordan splits 3 people here and goes right to the glass. And it's interesting that they're not going for the shot clock.
Harper's 4th personal foul. And in and out. So it's 92-90 as Jordan again having a tough day from the line. 40 points for Michael Jordan. 92-90. Price off a screen. Here's Elo, spots up for a three. He's got it. Cleveland by 1.
What a game he's put together today. He's been the free man on the opposite side of the ball all day, and he has looked and he's taken the shot.
19 points for Elo, playing on a sprained ankle. Getting close to the 2-minute mark. Hodges fires up a three. Cartwright chips it in. A big play by Bill Cartwright. Talk about playing big. And now it's Chicago by 1 with 2 minutes to go.
In case you're wondering, both teams are in the penalty.
And both teams have plenty of timeouts remaining. Hodges fights through the pick. Price fires it up. Rebound, Cartwright. Hodges, good defense that time, fighting around the pick on Price. But now Chicago. Jordan fakes out Elo. Hodges open in the corner. And Grant collides with Nance, and Grant may have fouled out of this one. It is on Horace Grant, and he's gone with his 6th personal foul.
He's going to be missed. We're talking about, never mind the point factor.
Rebound.
He's averaging 15 rebounds a game in this playoff series.
And down the stretch in a game like this, you need the best rebounders you can get. Grant Sellers will replace him in the lineup. And Grant goes out having scored 12 points and 5 rebounds. So now Sellers, who is from Warrensville Heights, Ohio, right in this neighborhood, and starred at Ohio State and was one of the Big Ten's top rebounders, now has the pressure on him. You see a lot of timeouts left for both. Cleveland's free throw shooting has been terrific. The Lakers have opened up an 8-point lead over the Seattle Sonics in game 1 of their series. Nance 6 for 7 from the line. And now Cleveland has the lead, and a timeout called by Chicago. Every possession. There's the clear out. Elo guarding Jordan. Double teamed by Rollins. 8 on the shot clock. Jordan now funneled to the middle, and Scottie Pippen fires a three and hits with 1 second on the clock. Scottie Pippen hits a big 3-point basket. And remember, last year, Pippen was the hero along with Jordan in the deciding game at Chicago Stadium to give the Bulls the victory. And a timeout called by the Cavaliers. Pippen only 4 for 13 today, Hubie Brown, but he has hit the biggest basket of the series for him.
Notice the presence of mind of Michael Jordan with the clock down. He knows the clock is almost out, and he's able to hit the free man. But in the strategy of Chicago, every time that Michael comes down into that painted area, he knows that he has Hodges in one corner and Pippen in the other. So if that defense tries to double back to pick him up, he's constantly looking for the 3-point outlet.
And that's exactly what happened in the first game of the series when Hodges and Pippen camped in the corner. And when they did that to Jordan, they hit the three. They hit 7 of them, as you mentioned. There's the timeout story. Cleveland has 3 full timeouts. Chicago 2 full and a 20.
Now here, both teams are shooting the penalty.
And have been for quite a while. Winding down to a minute to go. Jordan is on Harper. Doherty is playing up on top. 2-point lead for Chicago, 97-95. Harper leaves it for Elo, goes for 3, and Craig Elo is having a career game today. 4 3-point baskets gives the Cavaliers a 98-97 lead. That's his second 3-point hoop in the last minute and a half. Jordan didn't get fouled at the baseline. Good Cleveland defense. There's the clock. 19 on the shot clock. And a 1-point Cleveland lead.
The thing you do not want to do now is foul. The most important thing is to get them to miss the shot.
Nance puts it up. Misses the shot. Who gets the rebound? It's Chicago's ball. It's out of bounds off of Elo. And Chicago will call a timeout with 19 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter.
Inbound to get it up the floor. Chicago has a 20-second timeout and a regular timeout.
Pippen brings it across, defended by Harper. 11 seconds to go.
In the middle of the floor.
Jordan has it. And Jordan puts up a jumper and hits with 6 seconds to go. Jordan hits the basket and now has 42 points in the game, and the Cavaliers have called a timeout they have one timeout remaining, and Michael Jordan, who was not an impressive shooter at all in the first half, has 28 points in the second half, including these two big ones to give Chicago the lead. Now, Elo was hit in the face, but that might have been just incidental contact.
Yeah, but it came off of the shoulder as he was defending Michael Jordan. Now, Michael just elevated on that. There was no way he could get up. Elo, remember what we said, he's given him 22 points today. He's given him tough defense, but he does have a bad ankle. And the fact that he's been able to do all this is sensational. Well, you can see that Price is going down below, so that means that they are going to run him off either one of baseline screens, either by Nance or by Daugherty.
Elo will inbound. He gets it into Nance, gets the ball back, drives to the hoop, and lays it in with 3 seconds to go. Two injured Warriors, Elo with an ankle, Price with an injured groin, have played the games of their lives, considering the importance this afternoon. Elo with 22 points, Price with 23, and now Chicago has 3 seconds to try to win it.
In the NBA, the most dangerous man is the guy out of bounds, and here this is a give and go. They ran Price off the down screens. He came up the middle. It was all a decoy. That pass went right into Nance, and we had the man from out of bounds. That's why at the end of NBA games, when you are down 3, you are always worried about the guy out of bounds throwing in, stepping in, and getting a return pass.
That's what happened. And Craig Elo, who has scored 15 points here in the fourth quarter, has played big in the big period, the biggest of the season for the Cavaliers. And 3 seconds remain. Chicago, with the timeout now, has only a 20. Cleveland has 1 timeout left. Sellers, the 7-footer, will inbound. He's got Cartwright, Jordan, Hodges, and Pippen. They're all spread out. And now Lenny Wilkins seeing what alignment Doug Collins came up with.
The big thing here is that you jam the passer or you put a lot of pressure on the man. Now, Nance is laying off him right now, but watch to see if he runs at the ball or he picks up the cutters coming to the ball.
Sellers will inbound. Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Michael Jordan hit the basket at the buzzer. As a disconsolate Lenny Wilkins leaves the floor. And for the second time today, the visiting team has won the deciding game in an opening round series. And the Chicago Bulls will move on to play the New York Knicks in the best of 7. Right now, let's go right over to JB with Michael Jordan.
Michael, now, I thought you weren't supposed to be feeling so well coming into today's game.
You know, a lot of people put a lot of pressure on me, and you know, I still couldn't concentrate and make my free throws, but I didn't have to take a free throw in the last shot. It was a shot. I felt comfortable. We came in, we stuck tough. We hung right in there, gave ourselves a chance to win, and we won the ball game.
As we take a look at this replay, now you're not one to do an awful lot of boasting, but you had some boasts to make to a few Chicago writers about this series.
A lot of people put us out of this whole series, and you know, I opened my mouth a little bit, and I challenged the guys. I challenged myself and said we could win in 4, but we didn't win in 4. We won in 5. I don't care how many we won in, we won, and that's all that counts.
My last question. There's a pregame ritual that you go through. You're back in the locker room by yourself. There's a song that plays, and you said that was going to be your theme. What's that song that you listen to?
Anita Baker, Give It Your Best. Just go out and give it your all. And that's what I did. I felt that, you know, we had to go out and play. You know, the pressure was not on us. It was on them. We've beaten them here before. We just wanted to duplicate that again, and we did it.
And the Big Apple waits for you.
We're going to New York, baby.